Many people credit daily meditation as a way to cope with stress, improve overall mood, and boost productivity. But as Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller found out, meditation is not just for adults.
It's your typical classroom, desks stacked with schoolwork and smiling faces. But at Hawthorne Academy, the day starts a little different in Miss Paris's second grade class. It's lights off, eyes closed, and positive vibes only.
What is your focus going to be today?
After receiving a $500 grant last year, Karen Brain Paris decided to introduce meditation or mindful body to her students.
With this, we're processing. How do I feel? Why do I feel? And I think that this gives us a little insight on why we do what we do, and it helps us to manage it.
I wouldn't do this usually, but this is just a time where I like to relax and get all my worries and send a positive vibe to the people I like.
Ms. Paris says it can also help the students through difficult times outside of the classroom, like a death in the family or a divorce.
I want them to be problem solvers, and I think that this is one way to solve a problem. It's not the only way, but I try to give them as many tools as I can.
It's a brand new thing to me, and it helps me do things I need to do.
8-year-old Xavier even practiced what he learned during a recent doctor visit.
I always have to stay still, so my blood pressure won't go high. And I decided to do the mindful body to calm my body down.
I want them to be successful readers, writers, mathematicians, but then I also want them to be successful in their minds and hearts.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Many adults are starting to choose to age in place, meaning they prefer to stay in their own homes as they get older. But as the years pass, some seniors aren't able to keep up with the independent lifestyle.
Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller shares how one local man got the help he needed thanks to a group of generous teens.
In the scorching Texas summer heat, the last place you'd expect to find a group of teens is here.
The parents raised them in the right direction, yeah.
The group is from Living Rock Academy in Bulverde, and they didn't hesitate when 81-year-old Willie Schultz needed a hand with his yard.
The old people can't do it anymore.
Mainly, we're just trying to be out here to help out some of the people nearby and stuff that elderly that they might not be able to do it themselves.
My wife got killed in 1984, and my daughter is 44 years old, and she talks to me every day. You're doing a good job. My name is Willie Schultz, yeah. Thank you for being here.
They're wonderful. They're always smiling, and it's not like it's a big deal for them to do it. It's really amazing.
Sandra Faust works for a nonprofit that helps pair the teens with older adults like Willie. She says this group is always ready to help.
And it's really important, like somebody like Willie, it might be the only person they see that day.
They hope this effort will inspire others to think of their neighbors, especially the older ones who often need help but just don't ask.
Life's not only about yourself, and you have to share the love with everyone.
I'm blessed, yeah.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
The Air Force and the aerospace industry are hoping to address a national pilot shortage by inspiring high school students to pursue aviation careers.
Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller spoke one-on-one with a Northside student who is heading to the skies this summer.
Alexander Ruckstuhl is only 17 but is already striking gold.
I think that I'm hardworking. I don't stop.
The Clark High School junior and JROTC marksman was just awarded a full ride to Purdue University in Indiana to get her private pilot's license.
A usual flight program to get your pilot certificate or pilot's license takes like months to get. So for us students, they're cramming it all into 8 weeks. So at the end of the 8 weeks, I will be able to fly my own planes.
Alex was only one of 137 students in the country selected.
In the beginning, I always thought I was going to be like a mechanic in the Air Force. But after going through Air Force UNC in high school, I realized I wanted to become a pilot.
1 minute.
And those JROTC instructors help keep her eye on the target.
But it gets very difficult at times. They're very strict on everything, make sure that you're always doing the right thing. But their goal is to push you to be a better person.
Alex's parents also say they're proud of her.
Whenever the children are better than the parents, you feel like you've done something right in your life.
Most parents might be nervous about their kids taking flight, but her dad says he's not worried.
You know, she learned how to drive, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So that's actually more scarier than being a pilot as far as I'm concerned.
Alex plans to join the Air Force after graduating next year.
No one my age really gets this opportunity, so being given the opportunity is I'm grateful for it.
I want to be her first passenger. Absolutely.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Okay, do you know more than a fifth grader? Maybe most of them, but that may not be the case for this local student that we're about to introduce you to. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller has the story on a 10-year-old whose passion is presidents.
10-year-old Malachi Kay, he likes spending time at the museum, drawing planets and dinosaurs like most kids his age.
When I grow up, I want to be an artist because that's my thing.
But that's not where he draws the line. Malachi also pens the U.S. presidents in great detail.
I know all of them. Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison.
Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan.
Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump.
Did that take you a long time to learn?
No, it only took me like a couple of minutes or so.
And his talent does not stop there. He knows details about the 45 presidents, too.
Warren G. Harding was the first president to have a tea set in the White House. This is John Quincy Adams, number 6. He had a pet alligator. Chester A. Arthur changes pants several times a day.
Jessica Cahey, Malachi's mom and an Air Force airman, says her son is a self-taught artist who hasn't let anything stop him from sharing his gift.
He has autism, so when he was younger, it was a setback in a sense. However, he fought. I believe him drawing and being focused on that really helped him to just cope with everything that we had to go through, being a military family.
My favorite president is Franklin Pierce because he was nicknamed Handsome Frank.
And could we have a future presidential candidate on our hands?
I believe he definitely will. I'm there. I'll be voting for him.
Ashley Speller.
Mind blown.
KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
It's not surprising to see potatoes, carrots, or tomatoes in most gardens, but what about watermelon radish, dragon cucumbers, or blue Indian corn? Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller talked to a group of students from Northeast ISD about their unique garden and what they're bringing to the dinner table this summer.
Those are starting to flower. We're starting to get some small tomatillos. That's good.
Students at Roosevelt High School aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. In this outdoor classroom, students get together to garden.
We planted the corn and we planted the squash from the ground up.
Through a district grant, Misty Belmontes was able to make her vision of a campus garden into a real space.
As a biology teacher, my students, some of them didn't know onions grew in the ground, and so I wanted to give them those experiences.
Francisco, a former Roosevelt student now studying architecture at UT, helped design the benches around all of the garden beds.
It's also important to incorporate the community, to make a communal space in which people can sit, interact.
While in the garden, students unplug. That means no phones, no earbuds.
I also want them to hear and experience all the birds chirping and looking and focusing on that so that they block all of that drama that they may have in their life out.
Selling their organic produce and learning new recipes is also part of the experience.
I know how to cook like couple things like zucchini bread.
Pretty cool. And they're developing a life skill. And to provide kids nowadays that don't necessarily spend so much time outside, the pride of putting in effort, being tenacious, working with it all the time, and to see peppers that grow like that, and then to be able to sell and make money off of them is just a side bonus.
Amazing. Oh, look at that. That's going to be good.
To hear teachers and students side by side. So to see them interacting together and learning, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Well, the sport of archery might seem intimidating, but one local young man is learning that even with a disability, anyone can do it in their own way. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller explains.
There you go.
The people in this gym aren't just shooting arrows. These bowmen are learning archery in a way that works for them. 18-year-old Arturo Jr. was born with a disability that affects one side of his body.
This side is strong and the other one is weak. And everybody told me, what happened to your arm and your leg? And I was like, oh, I was just born like this.
The soon-to-be high school senior isn't able to use his right hand, so he uses his mouth to play the sport.
When I shoot, I always like miss a shot, but I always tell myself I'm not gonna give up. I have to keep trying.
Arturo's best friend Colleen was born with a brain hemorrhage and is also learning how to adapt the sport for her.
I have a shunt on the right side, two actually. One above my ear and one on like the right side of my head.
Kinetic Kids Extreme Archery head coach Roger Koss says everyone has the ability to shoot.
As you saw with Arturo, with him only being able to use his left hand, it's my job as a coach to find ways to adapt him to the sport.
And the pair is getting additional help from the best of the best.
I just want to go out and share my passion for the sport with them and ignite a fire in them.
Assistant coach Jason Tabansky is also training to earn a spot on Team USA in the Tokyo Paralympics next year.
Regardless of what ability they have or don't have, there's still so much out in the world for them to be able to do.
Aim, atta girl. Do it again. Archery is truly an inclusive sport. It's for everybody.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Well, what started out as a normal day for one restaurant worker quickly turned into an unforgettable one, thanks to a ChickfilA-sized surprise. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller has the story.
May I clear up the tray for you guys?
Abdullah Al-Abusi was born in Iraq and grew up in Jordan. He moved to the United States as a teenager and became a U.S. citizen when he was 17.
I've been living in San Antonio for, I think, 9 years now. I've came in from Jordan, moved in with my family here for a better living opportunity.
He got a job at a local Chick-fil-A working 50 hours a week to help with his family's expenses and quickly moved up.
Just recently he became the #2 leader in my restaurant. So he's worked his way up from the bottom almost to the top. And he's got a great opportunity and future ahead of him.
And that future became a little bit more attainable thanks to a $2,500 Chick-fil-A scholarship he received.
I was in shock.
He's disciplined, he's teachable, incredibly trustworthy, man of integrity. I could go on, but leadership is primo in his life.
How y'all doing today?
Doing great, man. How about you?
Good, thank you for asking.
Abdullah credits his colleagues, his family, and God for helping him through it all.
My family, for sure. They've been throughout the whole journey of me working a lot. Thank God for everything, you know. I've been blessed. Every coworker has encouraged me just to stay on top of my school, keep doing my homework.
Abdullah plans to attend UTSA in the fall and hopes to own and operate his own Chick-fil-A franchise one day.
That's the goal, hopefully. If not, somewhere in corporate will be fine because this company is just growing. It's a great company, and I don't think I will ever regret being part of it.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Children with disabilities can often feel left out, but a local program is making sure that is not the case. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller met with a special group who are learning to dance without limits.
11-year-old Gracie Rodocker and her friends are dancing to the beat. Gracie was born with spina bifida, but hasn't let her wheelchair stop her from bouncing, sliding, and spinning. It's all part of the premier dance group with Kinetic Kids. In the program, sports and activities are adapted for children with special needs.
We have one with cerebral palsy, spina bifida, and some are more intellectual disabilities, so they're all different kinds.
Lainey Carta, a speech-language pathologist, recently became a dance instructor because she knew she could relate to girls like Gracie in a special way.
I haven't always been in a wheelchair. I suffered a spinal cord injury in 2008, so it changed my perspective because I've seen the world as an able-bodied person and as physically disabled. So that really, it opened up a love for me I never thought I would have for working with kids that experience similar difficulties that I do.
Why do you come to this class? What do you love about it?
We're doing different movements.
Chrissy's Dance Academy donates their studio on Saturday mornings so the team can practice for their upcoming recital.
A lot of kids, you know, they need the visual of what it looks like in a chair. We can't do a pirouette, we can't do a leap, but how can I make it where we can from our chair? We've had parents tell us, you know, they wake up so excited to come to dance.
Gracie says she hopes to be a police officer when she grows up.
Awesome, maybe a dancing police officer?
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Last year, Second Lady Karen Pence visited San Antonio to shine a light on a treatment near to her heart. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller sat in on the program to take a deeper look into how it's helping children with cancer heal.
12-year-old Damaris Ovalle loves to paint.
It makes you feel have fun, not worry about anything else.
Damaris has acute myeloid leukemia, but is healing through help from her art therapist, Courtney Martin, at Methodist Children's Hospital.
Those are going to be the scissors that have shapes. Is that okay? We see kids as young as 2, pretty much if they can hold a pencil or hold a paintbrush, we're doing artwork.
The requirements to become an art therapist are very similar to a mental health counselor.
Really just incorporate art as a therapeutic tool within the counseling sessions.
I like to paint.
Children in the Tracys Kids program use art therapy as a way to cope with the emotional stress and trauma of cancer and its treatment.
I feel like anxious and all the mixed emotions and going through you.
Recently, Damaris received a bone marrow transplant from her 4-year-old brother.
I feel good every day.
Dr. Manny Escalene also says he's seeing the benefits in his patients.
It's a way to reduce anxiety without needing to use sedating medications, and I'm all about natural techniques and ways to try to alleviate some of these symptoms without having to medicate the kids.
Damaris is doing well, and it's almost time to go home and get back to school.
I'm going to 7th.
Oh, wow, already? Yeah, that's great. Are you excited?
No.
No?
She also wants to give a special shout out.
My family, I would like to say hi.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
A local boy is described by his parents as energetic, determined, and fun, but many are also calling him inspirational. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Speller explains.
Right here in the water is where 10-year-old Matthew Jeffrey says he wants to be.
I just love the swimming because of the water. I feel so much safer in the water for some reason. I just like to swim.
Matthew started swimming at just 4 years old, but has been learning how to do a lot of things his own way since birth.
The ultrasound said I would be A-okay. I would not have any disabilities. And once I was born, everybody was shocked because it was just bam.
He's just got radial dysplasia. He was born with that. It affects both arms, so he's only got 6 fingers, no thumbs, so a little tricky.
But if you ask Matthew, he wouldn't call it a disability.
I honestly think it's really cool, and some people say it's an ability because I can do a lot more things than other people can.
Scott LeBlanc is a coach of the Kinetic Kids Extreme Swim program. He and the team have a nickname for Matthew.
Matthew is what we call our human torpedo. That's his nickname around here. He does a really good breaststroke, freestyle, and backstroke. Those are phenomenal strokes.
The truth is, you just have to just keep swimming.
And 8 gold medals later, he isn't showing any signs of slowing down.
There have been a lot of bumps in the road, but I still figured it out.
Whenever he was born, I wanted to see him do cool things, and I was interested to see what he could do. And he's just blowing everything literally out of the water.
Bye.
Ashley Speller, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.